Hi, my name's Glenn Hasselman. Just making this video for the free accounting software users to show you guys some more techniques about lodging your activity statement using free accounting software. So I'm continuing on from the previous video where we lodged a BAS, and in the activity statement thing here, this is the BAS here that we lodged, and over here is the next BAS for the next month. You guys would probably do quarterly BASs, but the example or test data I've got here is on monthly. So anyway, it's the same thing. I'm going to enter a few transactions and explain one way that the software helps you make sure your BAS is correct. Now, okay, let's just go to the other purchases worksheet, new transaction, and this example is in August 2005, so I'll put a date back there. I'm just selecting this counterparty, not applicable for everything, because for the purposes of this demo, it's not that important. Now let's say this is a bank fee. Okay, so I'm just entering an expense, which is a bank fee. It's $10, and going to account bank charges. That default tax code for that account is GST free purchase. However, you should check that that is correct. Now, bank fees generally do not have GST on them, but if it was something like a merchant fee, then it actually does have GST on it. You've got to check the tax invoice, or you've got to have a tax invoice and check it to confirm that you can claim GST. Whilst entering this, I also want to just point out one other thing. It's come up as GST free purchase. There is another tax code here called GST not applicable, and slightly different to GST free purchase. GST free purchase will go on your BAS. It will make no difference to your BAS because it's a $0 amount, but it will be put into that transaction listing on your BAS. So technically it is more correct to go GST free purchase. It's going to make pretty much no difference anyway. Alright, I'll save that. Now, just while I'm here, I also want to, I've lodged the July BAS in this. In fact, I won't do that. I'll just stick to August. Now let's do another transaction. Just picking another date. Now let's say this is your rent. Okay, so commercial rent is generally something that will have GST on it. Let's say it was an incredibly cheap rent, and it was $220. Okay, and I've picked the account property rental, and its default tax code is GST taxable purchase. These defaults can be configured in the chart of accounts. So if you're paying rent that is GST free, then you should pick. You could change the default setup so that it makes it a little bit easier to enter it. But you can always override this tax code here and just enter whatever is correct. So anyway, let's save that. Now, in this video, I'm only going to show you the one way the software helps you make the BAS correct, which is through its reporting. So there are other ways, but in this video I'm just going to focus on this. Now, looking at this income and expenditure report, it's unusual for an accounting software, but it's very useful. We've got a net column, and that is the normal column you'll see when you run a profit and loss or income and expenditure report from an accounting software. But I've also got here a gross column. Okay, it says gross including GST, and that's useful combined with this tax amount column, which shows you what tax is being put on the total of the tax. So here we've got bank charges, and we know there's only one transaction in there at the moment, so we know what that is, and it's net 10, but it's also gross 10, and you can see the GST free purchase. So this helps you because it helps you quickly review if there is something entered incorrectly. For example, if a bank charge was entered as a taxable purchase, you could pick it up quite quickly because over here it would have a second tax code. In fact, like this line here, we can see it's got a component which is a taxable purchase, and it's got a component with a GST free purchase. If we were to see a component which was a taxable purchase in the bank charges line, it would make us investigate, and we could just double click on it, review the transactions, and see if that was incorrect, and then go and fix it. Down here we've got property rental, and property rental has got the GST taxable purchase on it, and you know, likewise, if we were going to see a second tax code here that said GST free purchase, we'd be thinking, hey, commercial rent that we pay has got GST on it, let's investigate. Now, I think a lot of software makes it hard to see this because they don't, what this is doing, it's the account is the nature of the expense. So bank fee, rent, consulting fee, cost of goods sold, this kind of thing. And often GST rules relate to that nature of the expense. So by distributing or breaking up the tax information by those categories, it can help you hone in to see if there is any errors in there. Other accounting software might just give you a whole list of all your transactions that are going onto your BAS, perhaps grouping them up by the tax code, but it's when there is a lot of transactions, it's actually very hard to review that in a meaningful way. This software does also give you that full list, and that is where you go into your activity statement. You can see the list of transactions that are going and being reported on the activity statement. And that is also something to review. However, in this video I just want to point out that in the income and expenditure report, this tax information is actually a very useful tool. Okay, I hope this video has been useful to you. I'm going to make a couple more videos on other techniques to help you not just lodge the BAS but also make sure it's correct. Okay, thanks for watching.